and welcome to today's class. So in this class, we'll continue from where we stopped under joint variation. So we are moving to another type of variation, which is the last type of variation, and that is a partial variation. So in this class, we'll look at least 3 examples as well. We have very patient with these partial variation and very careful when you solve questions on this. So partial variation is expressed as the sum of 2 or more parts. So it's going to have 2 constants. So and it will lead to simultaneous equations. It will lead to what? Simultaneous equations. So in that case, so let's start with the first example that we have on the board and see how we interpret partial variation. It's quite different from the way we interpret other types of variation. So that is the reason why you need to pay attention and make sure you watch the video till the end so that you don't miss any part of the examples. So let's look at the first one, solutions here. So the first one we have V varies partly as Q. So you can see varies partly as Q and partly as Q squared. That is sum of 2 or more parts. So the first part is varies partly as Q. So we are not going to put variation symbol. We're going to introduce our constant instantly. So that means V varies partly as Q. That is the first constant is A. That will be AQ. It varies partly as Q. So we must introduce the first constant, which is A. You know, I said that we're going to have 2 constants. And that is sum. I said it is sum. So plus and partly as Q squared. So we are going to introduce the second constant, that is BQ squared. BQ squared. So it's V varies partly as Q and partly as Q squared. So where A and B are what? Constants. Are constants. Exactly. And here, now let's now move on. We have interpreted the first part. So when B equals to 34, Q equals to 2. So in this, we're going to have 2 whens. So when the first one and the second one become the second equation. Exactly. So when B is equal to 34, Q equals to what? 2. So we're going to put this one in this equation and look for our constants. In that case, we're going to have V, that is 34, equals to Q, which is 2A, plus Q squared, that is 4B rather, 4B. So we can rewrite this. So the 4 here is the Q squared, and Q is 2, that is 2 squared, gives us 4, times B, 4B. Q here is 2, 2 times A, 2A. So we can rewrite this to be what? 2A plus 4B equals what? 34. So we can reduce this one to its lowest term. So what can go through our left before that? What can divide through? So divide through by 2. 2 can go in every, so that it will be easier for us to solve. So 2 divided by 2, divided by 2, divided by 2. So this will give us 17. Why this was A? Why this was 2 was B? So we write it as A plus 2B equals to 17. Equation what? Equation 1. Then we go to the next one. When B is equal to what? When B is equal to 190, Q is equal to 5. So we put that in this one as well. So let's write it there. So that's going to be V 190 equals to Q, which is 5. That is 5 what? 5A plus 25B. So this one as well too. A number can divide everything, which is 5. So 5 can go here divided by 5, divided by 5, divided by 5. So 5 here, 1, 5 here. That is 3 remainder 4 and 48 is 38 This is going to be 5. So that means we're going to have, that means this is going to be 38 equals to A plus 5B. So which can be written as A plus 5B equals to what? 38, equation what? 2. So we have two equations, and we can't solve it unless we solve it simultaneously. So in that case, we combine two equations. We bring the two equations together. That is A plus 2B equals to 17, which is equation 1. Then A plus 5B equals to 38, which is equation what? Equation 2. So we solve this simultaneously. So we can make use of any method of our choice. We can decide to make use of substitution method, or we use elimination method. Either of the two, we go. So here I would advise that we make use of elimination method because A have the same what? Constant in both equations. So in that case, we can subtract. A minus A will give us 0. So since we are subtracting A's, so we subtract the remaining ones. So we subtract our equation. We can subtract. I can write that subtract 1 from what? From 2. Because this 2 is bigger than 1. 2 is bigger than 1. So that will be 5b minus 2b, which will give us 3b. 38 minus 17, that is what? 21. 21. Hope that is clear. Good. So divide both sides by 3 by 3. So 3 cancel 3, then b equals to what? 7. Simple. Right. So we have not one of the constants, so it remains the other constant, which is a. We just say substitute b equal to 7 in equation what? Anyone. Let's pick equation 1. So what's our equation 1, which is what? A plus 2b equals to what? 72. So that means a plus 2 times 7 equals to what? 17. How it means? That means a equals, a plus 14 equals to what? 17. And that will give us a equal to 17 minus what? 14. Therefore, a equals to what? 3. So the value of the second constant is what? Is 3. But that's not what we're looking for. So we must, I told you, any type of variation you are given, so you must always find the formula connecting the variables. So here, we're not asked to find the formula connecting the variables, but we must find it. We must write it out. I hope I'm making sense. So let me stop here. So the formula connecting the variables, so we just put the value of the constants in what? In the equation, which is this equation. That is what the formula connecting what? The variables. So that means we're going to have p equals to what value of our a, which is 3q plus what? B, which is what? 7q squared. But the question now asks us to find the value of v when q is equal to 10. So v is what we are looking for here. When q is equal to what? 10. That is wherever we see q, we put what? 10 there. So multiply by 10 plus 7 multiplied by 10 what? Squared. So this gives us what? 30. Why this gives us what? 7 what? 100. Right? 10 squared gives us what? 7 times what? 100. So therefore we have 30 plus 700. Then we have 700 and what? 30 is the value of our q. That is the first part. That is first example. So let's look at another example. This is another question under partial derivation. So let's see how we interpret this one. This one is quite different from the first question I explained earlier on. So y is partly constant. You can see this one is not partly with any variable here. It is partly constant. That's the first thing. So y is partly constant. We only have the first constant there. Y is partly constant. So you can see we don't have it, unlike that one, which is what? Is partly varies as q and partly varies as square of what? Q. But this one is a partly constant. That is going to be constant plus, and partly varies as x. That is bx. Second constant, first constant. So this is the equation we want to form from this statement here. So when x equals to 5, y equals to what? 8. So we use this one to form the first equation. So this will give us 8 equals to A plus B x, which is what, 5, then multiply by B. So this will then give us A plus 5B equals to 8, equation what? 1. So we are done with the first when. So the second when is when x is, so when x is 6, y is what? 4. So we do the same thing. That means 4 equals to A plus 6 what? 6B. The x is 6 times B is 6B. So we can write it as what? A plus 6B equals to 4, equation what? Equation 2. So we combine the two equations and solve simultaneously. So we have A plus 5B equals to 8, which is equation 1, right? Then A plus 6B, which is equal to 4, equation what? 2. So this thing we can also use what? So elimination method to solve this. So we subtract this, subtract this, subtract this. So A minus A will give us what? A 0. Then 5B minus 6B. That is 5B minus 6B. Right? Equals to 8 minus 4. So that gives us minus B equals to what? 4. But mind you, we are not looking for minus B, we are looking for B. So in that case, we transfer the minus to the other side, or we multiply both sides by minus 1, or we divide both sides by what? Minus 1. So in that case, B will then be equals to what? Minus 4. So we know the B, constant B, it remains constant A. So we substitute B equals to minus 4 in equation, any of the equations. Let's look at equation 2. So equation 2 is A plus 6B, right? Equals what? 4. So wherever we see B, we put minus 4 there. So therefore we're going to have A plus 6 into what? Bracket minus 4 equals what? 4. How about me 2? So in that case, A plus 6 times minus 4 will give us minus 24 equals to 4. Therefore, A equals to 4 plus 24. Therefore, A equals what? 28. So we found the two constants, A and B. So it now remains the equation connecting y and x. So A asks us to find the equation connecting y and x. So we just put the value of the constants in. That would be what? Y equals, what is it? A, that's 28, plus B, which is what? Minus 4. So this will change to what? Minus 4 what? X. So this is the equation connecting the two variables, y and what? X. Now B asks us to find the value of y when x is what? 15. So we are looking for the value of y when x is 15. So for B now, y is what we're looking for, x is equal to what? 15. We make use of this equation to solve that. So that means y equals to 28 minus 4 x. X is what? 15 multiplied by what? 15. So that means we have 28 minus 4 times 15. That's going to give us 60. And the answer is what? Minus 32. That means y is equal to what? 32 minus 32 when x is what? 15. Is that clear? Then the last part here, which is C. The last part here, which is C. Find x when y is 20. So x is what we're looking for. Y is equal to 20. We still make use of this equation here. So that means y, which is 20, equals to 28 minus 4 x. It's x you are looking for here now. So that means we're going to have, we subtract, bring this to this side. That gives you 4x equals to 28 minus what? 20. This is minus here. When it comes here, it changes what? Plus. This is plus, it becomes what? Minus. So that means 4x equals what? 8. Divide both sides by 4. Therefore, x equals what? Equals to 2. So that's that on this example. It remains one more example. So let's look at the last one. The last example is very important. Don't skip this video. Make sure you watch till the end. This is the third question and the last question under this topic. So we have this. Now, one thing you must take note here is that the wordings might distract you. Don't be distracted. So the first thing you need to do, read the question from beginning to the end, so that you'll be able to know what the question is all about. Now let's read it. The cost of hiring a van is partly constant and partly varies with the time spent. So which means we are looking at the cost and the time was spent. So it costs 180 naira for a 2 hours hire and 450 naira for a 7 hours hire. So that means, so A, write an equation connecting the cost X, that is, they are representing the cost to become what? X, with the time T, that is, the time is represented by what? T. So these are shown us what are the variable to use for this question. In that case, so we can then come back to the question and interpret. So in interpreting this, so we have there will be X is partly constant, that is A, plus and partly varies with the cost, that is B, the time spent, which is T, B, T. This is the equation we are going to develop. So from here now we need to find the constants, the two constants before we proceed. Now we are given this for the constant. So when it costs 1 is, that is X equals to what? 180. Then the T is what? Is 2. So we put this here. That will be 180 equals to A plus BT. That is 2B. Right? So we can write this as A plus 2B equals to 180. Equation what? Equation 1. Right? So that is that. Then the next one, and when it costs 450, that is X. When X is what? 450, T equals to 7. So put the same thing here. That is 450 equals to A plus 7 what? 70. So we can write this as what? A plus 70 equals to what? 450 equation what? 2. So we combine the two equations and solve simultaneously. So we bring out the first equation, which is A plus 2B equals to 180. And the second one is A plus 2B. Yeah. And this one is, this is 7B. Sorry. 7B equals to what? 450. Equation 1, equation 2. So what you're going to notice here is that we have a variable or a constant whose coefficients are the same in both equations. So A, the coefficient of A here is 1. The coefficient of A here is also what? 1. Very easy to solve. Huh? Then the coefficient of this one, which means that we can only eliminate what? A. We can't eliminate what? B. So that means we introduce minus. We subtract. So we subtract 1 from what? 2. So that is 7B minus 2B, which gives us what? 5B. Then 450 minus what? 180. 450 minus 180, this is 0, 7, and that is 270. Right, 270. So in that case, we divide both sides by 5. By 5. 5 cancel 5. So 5 here 1, 5 here 5. Remainder 2 in 24. So B equals what? 24. So we've known the value of B now, so it remains the value of A. So now substitute B equals to 24 in what? In equation, any of the two equations. We can make use of equation 1 or equation 2. So let's say in equation 1. So in equation 1 we have A plus 2B equals to 180. So put the value of B in this equation. So this will give us what? A plus 2 multiplied by the value of B, which is what? 24. Right? Which is 54. What does that mean? I wrote 54 here. So that's 54. Right? Equals to 180. So that means A plus 2 times 54, that is 108 equals what? 180. So that means A equals to 180 minus what? 108. Therefore, A equals to what? 72. So the value of A, we know the value of A, we also know the value of B. So the next is that we find this one. Write an equation connecting both of them. So to do that, that is for A now. So we now replace the value of A and B in this equation. So that will be the answer to this one. That's x equals to what? A, which is 72, plus B, which is 54t. I hope this is very clear. Then for B, find the cost for 20 hours. So that is, we are looking for x, and t is what? 20. So we make use of this. That means x equals to 72 plus 54 times what? 20. So which is 72 plus 5, that is 8, 10, that is 0. So we add this together. This will then give us, so we write this as 1,000, 180, 72, this is 251. So 1,152 naira. So this will become the answer, 1,152 naira. So that is that here. So that is the end of this. So that's all what you need to know under partial variation. So if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and make sure you turn on your notification bell. So anytime I release video like this, you'll be the first to have access to. You get notification on time. And not only that, if you find this video useful, don't forget to give us a big thumb up and make sure you share the video with your family and friends. We'll meet in our next video. Bye for now.